$50. Hey.
Welcome back
Welcome
to Plot Off the Press.
to the Plot Off the Press.
We're going to be talking about the Prestige.
The Prestige today.
The Prestige.
Prestigious movie from Christopher Nolan, 2006.
I like it. I don't even have to do it. We can move on from there. They're making fun of me because they think I say the movie's names weird. I don't know. They can go to hell.
Not all the movie names, just
It's
this
not
one.
like it's not like you pronouncing bagel as bagel because that's fun.
The
But,
Prestige.
But you're
The Prestige.
The Prestige. It's the most
I
expensive.
don't understand how else you're supposed to say it.
Prestige.
Prestige.
Well, that's boring.
That's boring.
Yeah, they're talking about the promise, the turn, and the prestige. Prestige. Like, come on.
I thought the first one was the pledge,
Whatever. Pledge, promise, same thing.
and the second one is called the turn.
I
Yes.
have no idea.
Really? Okay, I thought that
Yes.
was. I think there was No Limit Poker Turn, but I don't remember. But I remember the
I'm
Prestige.
glad you paid attention.
Oh well, doing notes, and at the same time, at times I'm trying not to hate the movie, but also like it because there are some things in this movie I'm just like,
There are a few things, and the rewatch.
This is just a Christopher Nolan movie for me, though.
Well, the rewatch years later, I will say, left a little bit to be wanted. However, I do remember when this movie came out, I did go see it in the theaters, and I was kind of obsessed with it for a little while. I went and bought it on DVD, and watched it quite regularly. Now that I'm older, I'm like, but still a pretty good movie.
Blockbuster.
No, in 2006
Yeah.
Yeah.
at the Blockbuster,
Blockbuster was still going?
was it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was in college.
I feel like this was a Redbox
Uh-uh.
rental,
No.
That was after college.
and then he bought it like poor people with on a DVD. Didn't even go Blu-ray. What a dork! Golly,
Blu-rays weren't even big until like a few years later.
They had them though.
I actually think I might have had this on HD DVD.
Ooh, now we're getting fancy. Yeah, like in Mr. Betamax over here. The long resolution are so much better.
Whatever. Who knew Blu-ray was going to win?
This because what is it? Porn industry put it on there, or it was
Actually, I
Sony?
think it was because the PlayStation had it.
PlayStation went on.
Anyways, the Prestige, like he said, I'm going to skip over that. It's 8.5 out of 10 on IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
IMBD, if you've...
R.I.P.D. What?
R.I.P.D.
So, Carter, what are you going to give it? It's got an 8.5. That's pretty high.
I'll give it an 8. I'll take an 8. I like the movie. The first time I watched it, I wasn't blown away or anything like that. I actually thought the way it kind of jumped around, and I like Pulp Fiction going back and forth, but I kind of like the way it went back and forth and around. I thought it was kind of a little all over the place. And then they're really into fucking magic in this movie, and I understand that's what the movie's, but really into fucking magic. Like, who knew magic paid that much money? But of course, like that Hugh Jackman doesn't need it anyway. They hint about that at the beginning when he's with his wife, but they're way into magic, man. Like too much. But I tell you what, if for both parties in this, the commitment to magic and to hating each other, fuck me. Fuck me. So, like I said,
that's a hell of a grudge.
And now, like when I watched it the other day, I'm just like, I always thought Christian Bale really put a lot into it, and then I just the more I guess I'm more done just watching it. I'm kind of trying to analyze it, and I was going, "Fuck!" Well, Hugh Jackman, just fucking evil motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck him, man. He gives away his fucking girlfriend. He fucking kills himself fucking 50 times in a row or some shit. I mean, fuck, he lets dude hang, knowing, just cause, and he goes to rub it like, I'm even taking your daughter. Like, fuck me, man. What did she even do to you? Like, that's just some cold blooded shit. So, and then cutting off two of your own fingers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you would thought, like she said, though, it's like, didn't you shoot his fingers off? He's like, you think my wife's worth a couple fingers? Like, oh man, I mean, it was attempted murder. You got away with it. I mean, imagine the bullet was a little. I mean, you could have, maybe if you're a better shot, you had your shot. How about that? Like after that, it'd have been like, no fucking man.
If you put a real bullet in there, shot him and killed him, how does that work itself out?
Well, he was in disguise,
Well, and he's rich, so he would have got out of it.
Oh yeah, he would have got out of it. I mean, well, fuck. It's also think of when it was. I mean, like they didn't do anything. If you were at the scene of the crime with the smoking gun when they got there, I mean, fuck. But
that and it's like, oh, well, he was supposed to catch it and he didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Joke's on you.
Yeah, he fucked up his magic. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, that's.
Casey, what about you? What's your rating?
I gave it a 7. I think it's better than The Illusionist. It actually was, suspenseful, exciting, good actors in it. Solid 7.
Well, I can handle a couple different love stories in this one because it wasn't just all about that. But
right,
yeah,
when there's more than one.
Yeah, but they do torture those women.
Yeah,
one way more than Scarlett Johansson. Way more. Like that's
what ends up happening to her anyway.
Does it say she just runs off into the night to become the Black Widow, great grandmother? That's what she moved to Russia and started breeding.
Okay.
Little super spots.
We were talking about in The Illusionist, like it's a great movie to watch the first time. This one is another one of those very good movie on the first watch, but unlike The Illusionist, I think you can rewatch this one pretty well as well because. Like I said, when I was a kid, I was pretty obsessed with this one. I think it was very, I'm not going to say witty, but it just seemed very intelligent when it came out in the, 06. There's been a lot of different movies since then that are a lot more, just clever, but I really did enjoy this one. So I'm the same way. I'm going to give it an 8. So pretty high rating across the board here from us. But even now, 10, 15 years later, I can sit down and watch it, and it's pretty good. It's a longer movie, though. It's a little bit over 2 hours.
That's every Christopher Nolan movie, except from, I think, Memento.
Yeah, I just don't think it's not something I can watch all the time. It's definitely not a desert island movie.
No, but it's a good,
I think this was only my second time watching it.
I've seen it several times. I mean, because I get caught watching it, but I'm talking about watching it from the beginning, like going out purposely, going, I'm going to go watch The Prestige or turn it. It's more usually been like, oh, there's an hour left of this. I'll check this out. So, I mean, it's a good movie. You got great actors in it all around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everywhere.
Yeah, I'm a humongous fan of Michael Caine.
He doesn't like Michael Caine. I mean, that's what Harry Brown. This is the first movie, though. I mean, I used to walk around with my overly zealous, like Oliver Twist speaking voice, because I saw in an interview that Christian Bale he was excited about this movie because it was the first movie that he got to do where he get to use his natural speaking voice, and I don't know. I just I got to use my natural speaking voice for this movie. I did. I just always made me and my buddy Chris laugh. But of course, I would do it for the whole shift at work, just to see how long it would take someone to notice. Like, what are you doing? Oh yeah,
I must punch you right in the crotch. That's.
Well, I did. I don't know what to tell you, man. You're not on my level, and you also weren't as high as I was. I mean,
well, that's fair.
There you go. Come on.
Who's your favorite character?
I did a lot. I don't know what to tell you. It's not but I mean, I'm not ashamed of it. I had a lot of fun. I'm still here. I'm like Elton John. I'm still standing. He did a lot of them.
Yeah.
Once talk about it. I'm not going, hey kids, do some drugs, go find your dad's gun, be somebody. I'm not saying that.
Who's your favorite character?
Cutter.
That's Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Cutter. Uh,
I would agree. I like Michael Caine in this one. He plays a little bit more of a role than Paul Giamatti does in the other one. Plus, how can you not like Michael Caine? I do want to give a hearty shout out to Mr. David Bowie, though, who plays Tesla.
yeah, he was.
I just kept thinking about the car the whole time.
Yeah, okay.
Every time they said Tesla, I was like, so it was just me?
Yep, just you.
Oh,
That's
all right.
definitely just you.
Just you.
Oh, well.
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go with. But it's kind of hard because I guess he's two characters, but one is Christian Bale. I like Christian Bale in this. At times, like I'd have to watch it a lot more to figure out which twin is actually which twin when they won't be. Aside from the fact that, when they're with the women that they're with, you can always tell when he tells the one "I love you" and she's like, "Oh, you mean it today?" Like which one's which. But
Those poor women.
And the daughter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so since we're on this, and so I'm just going to go ahead. I know we're jumping forward, but all right. So, do both the brothers into magic, or is one of them really big into it, and then he recruits the other one to be into magic?
I got a better question. Do both brothers fuck each other's wives and women?
I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, but here's that's probably
Yeah.
alcohol. I don't see it would be a problem, but and then they were both easy on the eyes. It's not like he's like, oh god, the ugly twin over here got this ugly wife. No, but the other thing is, well, which one's more obsessed? It seems like the one that likes Scarlett Johansson's more of the hothead, as Freddie, as she calls him or whatever. But it also's the one that. I mean, is he the crazy one? But or is the other one more obsessed about magic? Like I can't. And I know you're not supposed to be able to distinguish them because they're supposed to be the same person. But are they playing? Are they switching off even at the beginning of the movie when him and Hugh Jackman are doing the dunking the girl in the water? I mean, are they switching off then?
And is that why the guy doesn't know what Naughty did?
Because he can't. I mean, he seems to be really honest with it. He even writes in his diary. But which one's writing the diary then? Are they both writing the diary? I mean, and I like that's one of the Christopher Nolan kind of mind fucks of a movie that, at the end, it gets like, I'm okay with that. Whereas you get done the end of Tenet and I'm just like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like, I don't like the crossing time, but we're not getting into that, sorry.
Yeah,
but,
it's confusing.
But, like, I mean, I understand it, but it's just, like, I want to know so bad, but I just don't want to watch this movie 100 times to really take notes on it. But so I'm going to go with Christian Bale, but I don't know which Christian Bale I like better.
I feel like the one that was married to Sarah, he was probably the one more obsessed with it.
The one with the child?
Uh-huh. And then he probably recruited his crazy twin.
Well, but see, here's the other thing. The other one doesn't really seem to fight with Scarlett Johansson, whereas the one that likes Scarlett Johansson definitely fights with the other one's wife.
Yes.
So is he the more aggressive of the two? Because at the end of when the whole time the one's in jail, the way he looks at the daughter, I thought that was the actual girl's. I thought that was the actual father until the end when you find out it's not. But when he's in jail, he seems to like her, but he yells at the other one's wife that he doesn't give a fuck about either one of them.
Well, at the same time, I thought for a minute, like one of them likes to do the show and one of them likes to build the gadgets and shit to make the show happen. But then at the end, the one playing Fallon at the end, who I think was with Scarlett, that's the one I would have thought would be the one that actually designs all the tricks and the magic and stuff, and then the one in jail is the one that kind of performs it. Well, the one in jail wrote down all the shit about how to do all the tricks and stuff, and I was like, well, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, because I think he's the one that's
yelling.
yelling.
And I think they both like the spotlight, because remember it said they switched, because he was like, which one, got to come out and like la-di-da, and they switched every time.
And also, is the one, when you're dressed up as the other one, even if the two of you are alone, you're not allowed to talk, only one gets to talk, and the other one just has the fake mustache on, with the fake beard on? Because the other guy with the beard and everything never says a word, if I'm not mistaken, correct? I don't remember him saying a word ever.
I don't think so.
Even when they're in this workshop by themselves, he's like, oh, you mean you can't figure out how the fuck he does it? When he comes back with the super duper teleporting man. So I don't know. It's fun to talk about. I'll never know.
He said something one time.
What he says it one time? Did I miss
When the one dude's in jail and he throws him the ball
it?
and he picks it up and he says "clever boy" or something.
Something.
He says something. I don't know exactly what he says, but he says something.
Does he do it like the guy from Jurassic Park? Go, clever girl.
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. So what was your favorite character? Did you go Michael Caine also?
Yeah, I went Michael Caine.
Okay.
What's your favorite scene?
I don't know.
What's yours?
Probably again, something about the montages in these two. I like where it's both of them are at the same theater together. They're kind of training and coming up together. They're going to see other magicians and they're doing these tricks, and you see the tricks on stage, and then you see their backstage stuff that goes on. They argue out knots and stuff. I really just kind of enjoy that. It really. It's one of those things like with stage magic, it just takes all of the mysteriousness out of it. Like the trick, they're killing all these fucking birds every day. That's really what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, then they came up with a way where the bird doesn't die.
They did.
But I mean, like, I did like the, in fact, see, in this movie, though, it kind of tells you that they're not really doing real magic. Even though when he does teleporting, it's murder science. But, it's, oh, that's how you do that, like that, and, that elaborate suit that he puts in the back of him or whatever. So I like the montages also. I don't know, I guess, best scene, at the end, I guess, when Hugh Jackman shows up with the daughter, and then he tears up the notes of what he really wants. He's like, I'm getting what it's too late, and it'll die with you anyway. And it's just like, fuck, you're a bad guy. Fuck, you're evil. God, you're such a dickhead. So I really enjoyed that scene because Christian Bale really, turns the old acting gear up to high.
Casey?
Did you have yours? Did you have one?
I don't know.
A little dough. She liked it when Gollum had drinks with Hugh Jackman. That's what she liked.
I guess knowing that it's really he's got a twin brother and like chop his like fucking fingers off and stuff, and it's like whoa shit.
The reveal at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like that took a lot of dedication.
Yeah, I mean,
like I don't think I'd chop my fingers off for you.
Well, they didn't do it for me. You didn't do it for me. It was for money.
But still.
For the show. The show must go on.
You just had a twin. I like how they up it though. The old Asian dude walking around. Does he walk around constantly with a fishbowl in his legs, or does he just walk around?
I don't think it's constantly he has a fishbowl. I think he walks around like he's limping or really slow all the time.
Yeah.
When in truth, only sometimes he has to carry the fishbowl.
Sure, but it's like, so then like they couldn't eventually just tell their wives, like, you can't tell anybody. I mean, like, okay, this is what we're doing. But, or meet up later. I mean, shit. At some point in time, you think you could get lost in fucking London for 10 minutes to get back to your house. I mean, you look the same. Just, I don't know.
Well, I think Sarah kind of figured it out.
I don't think she does. I mean, she can tell that he's different every other day. But they look the same. So, I mean, like, she never points it out. She just thinks he's crazy. Like he's fucking bipolar.
So what was she going to tell Scarlett Johansson?
I don't know. Maybe she was going to ask if she noticed a difference, but she never got to. So I guess she just was like, "Fuck it, kill himself."
When they buried Fallon alive, they never noticed that he had a bunch of fake beard and shit on.
Well, they put him right in the box, and then he shot through it. So it's kind of piss poor.
I forgot they put him right into the box.
Yeah, like but what?
What's in the box?
What? Yeah. Not what's her name's head. But very elaborate, like Bugs Bunny cartoon.
What's in the box?
Yeah, like very elaborate, like Bugs Bunny, like Roadrunner Coyote trap. He's like they might as well be like a trail of like bread or something that he followed right into this trap. I mean, like that was a good setup to catch a guy and put him directly into.
And secondly, I didn't think Michael Caine had it in him. Like his character doesn't seem like one that would be okay with burying some dude alive.
Because he doesn't seem like he's not happy about it at the end, for sure. But he was. Yeah, you buried a guy
He
alive.
was awfully okay with it when he was nailing that coffin shut.
Yeah, like that's you can't really pick and choose what you're going to be mad about. If you're either you're either pro murder or you're pro not murder. I mean,
Oh, I was just reading this, and I've never heard of this movie because it says this is one of 3 2006 movies to feature magic and magicians. Of course, this is one, The Illusionist and Scoop. Have y'all heard of Scoop?
no, I've heard of Frito Scoops, but that's about it.
And it says the Scoop one also had Hugh Jackman and Scarlett Johansson.
Well, that means it wasn't good.
Oh, yeah. I just didn't know if it was something maybe you two have heard of.
No.
It's a 6.6.
Boo.
Yeah, we're not going to put that one on our list.
Oh, no. I just didn't know if you guys had heard of it. That's all. Because I never had.
I had not.
That was all.
What do we think about the cast?
I started to, and I just decided that. I mean, who you gonna put in there besides Michael Caine? Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart,
I thought about recasting Sarah because she's not my favorite.
Rebecca Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you could.
What about with Emily Blunt?
That would be good. I like Emily Blunt.
I like her and like everything.
I was thinking of getting rid of Scarlett,
Getting rid of Scarlett Johansson.
putting in like Rachel Weisz.
Yeah, and not that I guess she'd be age appropriate. She'd be English, so that would that sounds good. I mean, if you really if you want to just make everybody as English as possible, we could do that, and then take Hugh Jackman out and put Jude Law in. So, I mean, you're talking you're switching apples for apples on that. I mean, they're both really good. So,
Yeah, all right.
It could work.
Christopher Nolan, I don't think we need to go too deep into that. We've already been. Go ahead.
It's one of his only movies that at the end I'm either bored to tears or going, what the fuck, like Insomnia. I thought that was I didn't like that one. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like Dunkirk. I thought that went from nowhere to nowhere. And then you got other movies like Tenet or fuck now I can't think, but at the end you're just like, oh, Interstellar. When I'm like, what? I mean, you did. And of course I guess the Batman movies don't really count because they're just kind of.
Well, and I would say neither do the Transformer movies, right? Like you can't.
Yeah, but he didn't do those. But if he did, they'd be a million times better, I'm sure. With just some
Christopher
better.
Nolan?
Christopher Nolan didn't do Transformers. That's Michael Bay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, were you okay, right, buddy? That ink getting to you from when you stabbed yourself in the hand with the pen?
It hurts.
It hurt.
He still didn't answer the question.
I know, but it's okay. Just wow, all right. But yeah, it had all the key elements of a Christopher Nolan movie. The sweeping epic shots with the instrumental background and way long.
All right, so plot holes comments. I think we've talked about a good bit of plot holes at this point, but why? One thing I want to know: why does he have to drown himself? Like, why couldn't he fall down to a hangman's noose or any other method of dying, like a pit of spike?
That's how his wife died, and so that's what he wanted to die that way too.
Well, I don't know how you would.
I don't know. I just made that up.
I don't know how you would get him to hang himself, but I guess it's the quietest way. But also at the same time, though, like someone pulled a switch, but you would think you would see him. You think you would see him dropping through the trap door. I mean, it's right there. And it's very brightly lit, So I was like, all right, I'm gonna let that one slide. But I guess it'd be quiet. But also he's killing himself though. But so he frames what's his nuts for murder. But
How does he know he shows up for that one? That was the one I was going to ask too. How does he know that Christian Bale shows up for that show and watches him die, his duplicate self up there, how does he know not to come out and appear?
I have no idea. There's that. Why is it that? How does he get convicted for murder when everyone runs down there and he's trying to break the glass to save the motherfucker? So he changed the lock, and he changed the lock awful quick. So if he changed the lock, where's the other lock? But you can say, oh, he's a magician. Like, well, he still doesn't have fucking superpowers.
Right.
But also, he comes down and he's like trying to break the glass. I mean, who shoots somebody? Who shoots their mortal enemy and then goes, fuck, everyone boil some water and get me a towel. Fuck, I mean, shit, let's, suture him up. Like, who does that? You put the lock on it and you run the fuck away so you don't get caught at the scene. He's screaming, going, no, like he's drawing a lot of attention to himself for somebody that's supposed to be an intelligent magician.
Does the glass for this trick need to be that thick?
Well, that's just how they made glass back then. It's Corningware. No, I have no idea. Yeah, there's that. Why does it need to be bulletproof?
The other side of that, you get this big ass axe. Why aren't you trying to hit the lock?
Yeah.
I feel like you could break the lock before the glass.
Why is it that they notice? Scarlett Johansson even points it out that he wears padded gloves. But
Who's Scarlett Johansson?
Did I say Johansson?
Yeah.
Johansson.
Johan.
Scarlett Johansson. How does they all notice that he wears padded gloves, but they don't ever notice that the Christian Bale in full makeup, the assistant guy, how come no one never notices that he has gloves on constantly that are padded?
Because they just think he's fucking weirdo anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how does nobody notice that?
How do they not notice either one of these guys when they come up as volunteers?
No, that's true too.
Like more than once. Like if dude comes up as a volunteer, breaks one of my guests' hands, I'm gonna look for him forever at every show for the rest of my life. And
why would they look at any of the volunteers? Like they just kind of let them free roam around and nobody's looking at them. Like,
no sir, no ma'am.
That's how he got to go, backstage. Nobody's paying attention. He was on stage and went backstage.
Yeah, see, when Hugh Jackman has the gun, he just kind of comes up and takes it.
Yeah.
But the other time, everything else though, I mean, Christian Bale had to be at a lot of shows to finally get picked. You know what I mean? Like that's
dedication.
And I still don't understand exactly how the birdcage trick works. It kind of you put your hands there and it just that's brilliant when the bird's still alive, but like what? I guess it just jerks the bird out before it gets but how does that not like fuck the bird up still? I mean, you want to blink an eye, shit. I mean, you think the bird would at least be like, fuck this and fly away or something, but the bird's just like, oh, I'm not in that cage anymore.
It's on a string.
It's on a string still.
I understand. But then you can't really see the string then. I'm with you. Okay. I mean, that's nitpicky. I understand. But yeah, it's just, it's the most elaborate setup to a murder ever, to frame somebody. I mean, okay, so
who finds a stunt double that close for Hugh Jackman? By the way,
yeah,
yeah.
I like how they, and they both at the end of their diaries are like, "You're an idiot.
Gotcha,
you're in jail. You're in Colorado Springs. He never built anything for me." Like,
all right. Anything else before I close this out here, guys?
I don't think so. It's worth a watch if you haven't seen it. I think
it's a good movie. It's definitely rewatchable.
Yeah, I watched it several times. Well, it's just again, it's Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale and Michael Caine are all very, very, very good in it.
Yeah,
and Gollum, and then I guess David Bowie. I still think he should have sung a song in Russian or whatever.
Dance Magic Dance. I think Dance Magic Dance is 100% a David Bowie song.
I thought it was Let's Dance. Let's Dance.
No, it's Dance Magic Dance.
Oh, there we go. That's
from the Labyrinth.
There you go. That's what I was.
I am very disappointed in you. We're going to end the show there. thank you for joining us on Plot Off the Press. I apologize that Carter doesn't know the Labyrinth song.
You just weren't singing it in the right tune for us to recognize.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
Golly.
Until next time, guys, join us. Like, subscribe.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.